Yes, indeed. Let's be blessed. Let's let in that shine. Boom, baby, boom! Rise and shine. It's your morning marijuana motivation time. I'm your hostess with the mostest, Marky Saint, and every morning I am blessed to be alive, and so are you. Every morning I do this show. I do it live on YouTube, and this morning I decided to go live on Facebook because of forgiveness. And it was the ultimate decision, is to reach inside myself over this weekend and think about failures and mistakes and other things that we all seem to ruminate in our heads about, but we never really get down to the nitty gritty. And over here on Saints Addiction, that's all we do is talk about the truth. We talk about mental health, mental stability, financial stability, financial health, and physical stability. And all these things come together, make us a happy individual, an awesome person to be around. But most of us never do that, right? Most of us are on our other shit. We're gonna think and sit and talk about it and ruminate about our thoughts, and we forget to forgive, and we forget to apologize. We tend to rather have the deep, dark emotion inside of us than to establish why it's inside of us and why it's driving us nuts and why we made those decisions in the first place. And that's where you get Saints Addiction. That's where you get this show. And this is where it's coming from. First of all, let's bless up. It's the motivation. If you ever need a Roken vape, hit your boy Saint up. I smoke these everywhere. And you ever need any cartridges, hit me up. I got you. First things first. OVOG, baby. OVOG. First things first is I've had an awakening. I've had such a blessing to be alive, to live a life, and then to go back into that life and say, okay, self, where did we go wrong? What could we have done differently? And the fact is that there is no right or wrong, and there is no differently. The way it happened is the way it's supposed to happen, and it didn't happen any other way. Similar to the Matrix, where they asked Neo, it's like, yo, what just happened? We're coming down the elevator. We didn't get the Merovingian. We didn't get the Keymaster. Why am I here? And the truth is you're here because that's exactly where the universe wanted you to, and all the decisions that you made put you there. And I wish we all had a reset button. I'm sure you wish you had a reset button. I'm sure there would have been 6 or 7 to 8 different plays that you would in your life go, I wish I could have done it differently. I wish I could have repeated it. Give me some kind of do-over. Give me something that I can change. And the only thing you can change is yourself and your perspective and your mindset. The best thing that I did was change my mindset to the situation. Instead of sulking and whining and worrying about all the shit that happened in my life, that part, instead I went back and I went and started apologizing to people. I had told people, you got an apology coming. And they're like, why? What happened? What's going on? And I said, you got an apology coming. And a lot of people had apologies coming because my mindset wasn't right. I was under anxiety. I was under stress, and I was treating people wrong. I was treating myself wrong. And under those scenarios, I was like, this person didn't have that coming. They didn't deserve to be treated that way, and they deserve to have an apology. And I don't know how many of us do that, but the apology is so necessary for us and them. So a lot of people still selfish. Most of us inherently selfish, only wanting the things that we want in ourselves. But more than my selfish thought was just letting that person know that I had concern for the other side of this trivial or monumental situation. And there's so many situations that we get ourselves in that we bump into each other or we bump off of someone, and situations have changed trajectory. I recently just talked to a friend that stopped being a friend after a situation, and we haven't talked in 3 years, and he said, I'm so glad you reached out, Mark. I'm so glad that we could talk about that situation that happened the other time because I was tripping out. Blah, blah, blah happened, XYZ happened, and it's been years on my mind, and I don't know why it happened, but I wanted to talk to you about it, and I'm so glad that you reached out. I'm so glad that you said something because it was on my mind, it was on my heart, and it was on my soul. And that's where I want the forgiveness to be, guys. That's where the heart attacks happen. That's where the high blood pressure happens. That's where the stress and anxiety happens. It happens right here. And we're not perfect. You know, our system's built and regulated for us to kick in certain activities, our heart rate to go up, our breathing to go down, just so we can survive. Our bodies are built really tough for us to have emergency situations to hit the gas and get the fuck out in case we have to. And a lot of us have done that. We've hit the fight or flight mechanism and started living in that scenario. Now our heart rates are elevated higher than they normally would, and they stay higher. We get addicted to stress. We get addicted to negativity. We get addicted to the drama, and then we wonder why our lives are being spun out of place and that we don't feel calm inside. We don't find happy inside, and we have to swallow other things or snort or other things just so we can inject other things, just so we can get ourselves right. And on that note, I'm going to bless up everybody right now. Your morning marijuana motivation, and your boy came up with some clarity, and it felt so good to reach out to this one individual. My ex actually was just talk about it and say, oh, you know, I treated like a dick. You know, I owe you a big ass apology. I don't mean to be that way. We were kids. The decisions that we made and the things that would have happened, would have, should have, could have. I wish that I had done something differently, but the wish doesn't change the outcome. It's already happened. That's history. So what I did is I did something with my power of now. What I did is I decided to not just let it ruminate inside of me, not just have these thoughts and this realization, but to share that with the other individual. Now, they might not have forgiveness in their heart, and they might not have acceptance into theirs, but guess what? Me getting it off of my chest made me feel so much better, and I owed apologies. I owed apologies, I owed explanations, and I also owed forgiveness, and I owed forgiveness to myself, number one, most of all. So this message goes to everybody out on Facebook. Like I said, usually I go live on YouTube, and if you want the rest of these messages, smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, smash the share button, share it with your friends. There's got to be somebody, anybody, all of us have the full human experience. All of us have all these emotions, and the truth is all of us have regret. And watching my friend cry here on the couch with me really gave me an example. You know, my cousin Eugene has spinal bifida, and he has no excuse, and he had so much more emotional intelligence than me, and I work on my emotional intelligence a lot and coming right with myself and my feelings and my emotions. And a lot of people don't even know that they're doing it. They just go through the motions. They don't want to establish what's happening and why am I feeling this way and what's going on with me. Instead, just keep it pushing and ruminate and chew on cud. They used to call it chewing on cud. You know, just chew it, swallow it. There's 4 stomachs in a cow. They spit it back up, re-chew it, swallow it. You know, we should be re-chewing our food. We should be swallowing it and letting the process happen. But take that shit, leave that shit, and just let that shit be. Because most of us are just trying to keep the shit in our mouths. And we wonder why our breath stank and why our mind stank and why our thoughts stink. And it's like, it's stinking because we're chewing on shit. And that shit can quickly be spit out and put far away from you if you decide to get some forgiveness and get an apology out of your soul. So I'm reaching out and imploring people today. It was not Monday morning marijuana motivation. It's already the Tuesday marijuana motivation. But the fact is that I haven't gone live in a long time for Facebook. But in this realm where all you guys are playing and staying, I wanted to reach people. Reach, preach, and teach is what we do here at Saints Addiction. And I wanted them to be able to get something out of their lives. I wanted them to be able to say, okay, all right, I'm seeing what you're saying, Saint. I'm seeing that apology. I realized the error of my ways. I really realized that to err is to human, and that we all make errors, that we all slip up, and we all fuck up epically. Even if you're your favorite hero, even if you're 50-0 and you ain't ever been knocked out, you still made mistakes in your life. You still made a mistake somehow that you wish that you never did, or said that thing that you never did, or said it or not said it. You know what I mean? There's so many mistakes out there, and that forgiveness is out there too. And I was like, you know, get some of that on your heart, get some of that in your spirit, because we all feel it. And it was a very human emotion, but it was really benevolent of this individual to say, same, bitch, same here. I feel exact same as you. You know, hey, we were young. Hey, thank you for the apology. No, I wasn't expecting apology, nor never did I ever expect it from you, but I really appreciate it. Not only do I appreciate the apology, but I appreciate the position it came from, and may you be blessed into the future. Now, if that ain't a morning marijuana motivation, I don't know what else is. So all my heart from the start, it's your boy Marquis Saint. Saints Addiction. Around here, we apologize, homie. We quickly and in a hurry realize the error of our ways. And instead of making those same mistakes, instead of abusing the same people and making the mistake over and over again, it's not even a mistake anymore. It becomes a habit. And if you're in the habit of being negative and talking shit and constantly having to put a foot in your mouth, you might want to just reestablish what you're doing. We all do it. We all put foots in our mouths, but we might have to take a different approach and start treating the people that we love with better respect and love. And then also to respect and love ourselves, it's time to stop beating ourselves, stop hitting each other with these fake thoughts. I thought I'm going to make a cat and nine tails scrape across my brain because I keep hitting myself like a Catholic. What do they call that when they used to spike their backs and guilt, the Catholic guilt, for us to just keep whipping ourselves for mistakes that have already passed, and there's no changing it. So why do we put so much energy into it? And the truth is we let our ego go into our world and say this is the way things should be, and that's not the way they are. There's the reality and our delusion, and the delusion is trying to go back in the past and change things. That does not happen. You've already made the mistake. You've already made the play. You've already threw the interception. The thing that you can't control is now your next play, your next throw. Before it becomes another interception, you have to get your shit straight. And by doing that, I sent out a lot of apologies. I got my mindset right, and I came from a good place in my heart to reach you guys this morning to say, hey, get that apology going. Get that forgiveness going so you can forgive yourself, you can forgive them, and you can move forward in your life and do something awesome with your life. And that's your morning marijuana motivation. On my heart from the stars, boy Marquis Saint, Saints Addiction. We up in this bitch. Smash, like, share, subscribe, get your friends all involved. It's a love affair. It's a movement. It's a thing, and it's a blessing. So peace and love. And as always, Chigathon. That means goodbye, but not forever in Finnish. And go be blessed. Go share this with your friends. Reach, preach, and teach to them. Hey, we all need it in the end. It's forgiveness. It's apology. It's movement. It's happiness. Peace and love. I'll see you on the other side. Ciao.